Okay, so I believe that we are recording, and I just want to welcome all of you to this month's team Zoom call for the Changing Lives Nations. Um, so excited about the start of this month. Great things are happening, you guys. I've got recognition to share for the last 3 months because it wasn't happening. And so I don't want to leave anybody out. So while everybody's jumping on the call, I want to share our amazing, amazing recognition. You guys, I mean, the last few months have been incredible. December was just out of control, amazing. I have so much to talk about. And I would like to recognize all of you. And please, please promise me if I overlook somebody, I get all of these emails and texts and everything from different people. And sometimes I'm afraid that there are a few people who get left off the list somehow because somebody thinks they're on another person's list. So if I leave anybody out, please, please, after the call, jump on and just post their name and, what they were, should have been recognized for. And as always, please forgive me if I butcher your name. I'm going to try really, really hard not to do that. Hello, Miss Patty. Hi. Okay, so first of all, those who are in qual for DM, and you guys, I'm going to tell you, I am going to recognize everybody who did not get publicly recognized over the course of the last 3 months. These are in no particular order, and this is across the board. Some of these people, they may have promoted at this point, but I am just going to recognize you, and again, in no particular order for the last 3 months. So basically November, December, and January. So in qual for district manager is Eileen Demeling, Sharon Garbowski, Alexis Baumgarten, Amy Sonic, Lindsay Nelson, Angie Kirsch, Jamie Kubler, Lori Scott, Deborah Sachs-Russell, Jennifer Carr, Jennifer Hallman, Ashley Allen, Belinda Elias, Kate Wood, Julie Wood, Rich Jewett, Andrew Robinson, April Cerna, Abby Carlson, Lisa Carlson, Rochelle Ahart, Anne-Marie Holst, Stephanie Kelly, Emily Sharpen, Shannon Sciopini, Spring George, Edith Kalem, Melissa Bieri, Carol Esser, Amy Glusica, Jennifer Griffin, Sarah Owens, Michelle Missman, David Crawford, Daniel Larson, and Stephanie Flores Dunn. Okay, you guys, that is an amazing list of people that are in qual for DM. So huge congratulations. I love the fact that we have got a lot of guys on this list. So, and I'm looking at you, David. So I can't see any other men on the call right now, but my hat is off to you. I am so, so excited for you guys. We have got new DMs to congratulate. Nicole Lockhart, new district manager, Cheryl Korber, new DM, Amy Thompson, and Kristen Schinnerer, all new DMs, you guys. And I will tell you, if you can get to district manager, you can absolutely get to that VP level. It is just doing more of the same things that you're doing over and over again. We also have, we had 3 people in qual for area. Sherry Filsinger, super happy for you, Sherry. Heidi Sullivan, congratulations. And Beth Newman was in qual for area, but Beth Newman is now a new area manager. So yay, Beth. We are so happy and excited for you. I want to also talk about our top achievers. And you guys, I'm going to read fast. I think this is so important, you guys, that you get recognized. And I know there are a lot of people. So just forgive me for the very long list, but I think it's so important. So first of all, In the last 3 months, top Central District QV. Again, this is in no particular order, you guys. Sherry Weller, Heidi Gilbert, Beth Newman, Tony McCarville, Marnie Gerber, Kimberly Miles, Patty Alger, Melissa Versich, Hope Baker, Abby Frankie, Hannah Ammerman, Heidi Sullivan, Erin Hartnett, Claire Love, and Kelly Rob Carver. It's really important, you guys, to have a really big personal central district. As far as the top sponsoring for your personal sponsoring, and this is 150 and above, I want to make sure everybody knows the importance of that. I'm not even going to go through the top sponsoring because really, you guys, you should always be aiming for 150 or more. Again, no particular order. We've got Claire Love, Melissa Versich, Hope Baker, Angela McCowan, Abby Frankie, Rochelle Ehart, Amy Thompson, Miranda Brower, Lisa Rambo, Kim Miles, Eileen Robb Trebush, Kelly Rob Carver, Beth Newman, Heidi Gilbert, Sherry Weller, Hannah Ammerman, Amy Thompson, Rochelle Ehart, I think I said her already, Sarah Schaffhauser Wright, Patty Alger, Melissa Versich, Stephanie Dunn. So great job, you guys, with that. Central District sponsoring. The top in that area is Hannah Ammerman, Melissa Versich, Beth Newman, Hope Baker, Angela McCowan, Heidi Gilbert, Sherry Filsinger, Marnie Gerber, Claire Love, Patty Alger, Lisa Rambo, Heidi Sullivan, Sherry Weller, Kim Miles, Sarah Schaffhauser Wright, Abby Frankie. And let me just say how cool it is that Sarah is standing there or sitting there with her baby right now on this. You rock, girl. You're so awesome. Okay, top central area QV is Heidi Gilbert, Kimberly Miles, Lisa Winter, Sherry Weller, Jamie Keesley, Marnie Gerber, Hope Baker, Patty Alger, Abby Frankie, Stacy Bean, Kelly Rob Carver, Ann Gustafson, and Tony McCarville. And the top areas sponsoring 150 and above: Lisa Winter, Hope Baker, Heidi Gilbert, Jamie Keesley, Kim Miles, Kelly Rob Carver, Deborah Klein, Stacy Bean, Marnie Gerber, Sherry Weller, Patty Alger, Tina Donahue, Carla Reich, and Abby Frankie. The last three, you guys, are our cash bonus earners. And this, again, huge congratulations to everybody. Hi, Lisa. First of all, your DM cash bonus. You guys, this is what every single one of us should be striving to hit. Doesn't matter whether you are, a few months into the business or whether you are an MVP. This is something we always want to be growing. I can't stress that enough. So very excited about all the people who have been earning their DM cash bonus. We have got Melissa Versich, Marnie Gerber, Beth Newman, Heidi Gilbert, Sherry Weller, Hope Baker, Sarah Schaffhauser Wright, Hannah Ammerman, Sherry Filsinger, Lisa Rambo, Miranda Brower, Heidi Sullivan, Patty Alger, Kimberly Miles, Abby Frankie, and Claire Love. And we have a few people who actually got their AM cash bonus as well. And I will tell you, you guys, this is no small feat to do this. Heidi Gilbert, Sherry Weller, Kimberly Miles, and Lisa Winter. You guys are absolute rock stars. So congratulations, you guys, to everybody. Over the course of the last 3 months, we had a little confusion about recognition. Going forward, we are going to be doing recognition on this call for sure, and we're going to be doing it monthly again. So I'm happy to say that. And I just want to say congrats for being on this call, because plugging in is one of those things, you guys, that is going to, really give you a winning position in Arbonne. And, I put it out there that this call was going to be about winning your Arbonne Super Bowl. And, so many lessons. I mean, I'm sure most of you watched that game the other night, right? It was absolutely unbelievable, whether you were a Patriots fan or not. I mean, I will tell you, yes, Jamie, it doesn't matter who you were cheering for. The outcome of that game was such a lesson in belief and how anything is possible and how momentum can change everything. And just changing your mindset can make such a huge difference in where the outcome ends up. I think most of us that were on this call, and probably both of those teams, thought that the Falcons were going to win that game at the end of at the end of it all. But we all saw what happened, or we certainly heard about it. And so I really compared that to our Arbonne business, you guys. No matter where you are at right now in your Arbonne business, you have that opportunity to turn it around. A lot of it goes back to mindset, for sure. They were interviewing Tom Brady after the game. Not sure how many of you saw that, but they were interviewing him and asking him, if he thought that they had a chance to win the game at the beginning. And he said, we always knew we could win the game. They went into that, into the halftime, and they went into the locker room and talked about strategy and what they were going to do to get ahead, but they never lost belief. And you guys, that is something that I think every single one of us needs to really think about and keep in mind, because it is so easy to fall prey to those doubts if things don't go well and events cancel or whatever happens. But we've got to mind our mind, because look what can happen if you do. And Brady also talked about what was the difference in the first half and the second half. And of course there was, there was a big momentum shift. So we could see that. And again, I think that was mindset, but it was also, Tom Brady said they were keeping the big, simple things in the forefront of their mind. So for them, it meant, passing the ball, running the ball, catching, and, getting their first downs. But you guys, for us, keeping the simple things in the forefront of our minds is absolutely crucial and critical to our business. And, none of this is going to be something new. In fact, you get on these calls and there's going to be a lot of repetition with what we say, but it's that important. And so I want to remind you, keeping the big things is really going for that 2,500 new and you every single month, and getting 1 new consultant and 5 new PCs. That should be your goal every single month, you guys. It's absolutely critical. So, we have to have a game plan, just like the Patriots did, like the Falcons did. We have to have a game plan, and we have to know at the beginning of every month how our month is going to lay out and how we're going to accomplish those goals. So how are you going to get that $2,500 new and you? We need a game plan. So, we can do it in several different ways. I mean, we can sign up a new consultant. That means we're going to be out talking to people. We can do drop-offs, whether it's the kits, whether it's skincare or whether it's nutrition, whether it's sample packs. Doing those one-on-ones, doing events, you guys. Events, if you're not doing them, again, I've got to say, they are going to generate a lot of income or a lot of volume for you, new PCs, and, just keep in mind that those events are really designed and really your whole focus should be getting business partners. But you are going to get new PCs and you're going to get that new and you volume. Being a product of the products, you guys, that is another thing that is one of those basic things. We have got to be using those products. If you're brand new in the business, you've got to start shopping for all of your Arbonne stuff that's going to replace the things that you're already using. Another thing that we've got to do is read every single day, right, Patty? Every day. She's the queen. She's the queen of self-improvement. But that is so important, you guys, because it's going to help our mindset and keep us where we're supposed to be. Being intentional, that is so huge, you guys. And, when we were at the retreat this last week, we heard so many just thoughts about being intentional and what we could do, whether you write things down the night before or you wake up and you have a miracle morning. Being consistent. That is one of those things, you guys. We've got to keep that in the forefront of our mind. Talking to enough people. I think this, you guys, is really one of the biggies we need to focus on. So many of us tend to put all of our eggs in one basket. And, it would be like having only one receiver that Tom Brady was passing to. No, he doesn't do that. It could be one guy who's making most of the touchdowns, but there are multiple receivers. We've got to make sure we're talking to enough people. And also, you guys, we need to set expectations. Part of this business is acting with a sense of urgency. And we have got to, when we start somebody off, when we launch them, we've got to set the expectation that they are going to get into qualification that first month. And we want them to complete. In the first month, that's fabulous, but for sure in the second or third month, you guys. And that's really how we should be launching people. If they come into it and they're tiptoeing into the business, it's just not going to have a very good outcome. I loved when Tom Brady asked about why he was such a phenomenal quarterback. He said that it all went back to his team. And I loved that. And you guys, that goes without saying. For each and every one of us, if you are a district or an area or a VP, be humbly grateful for those people on your team. They're the ones that got you to the level that you're at. It wasn't just about you. And I want everybody to make sure that you understand that and you really appreciate all those people, who have gotten you to where you are and are working on their dreams. We are partnering with people. And lastly, I just want to say, really check who you are talking to. That is one thing that is so important. You want to be looking for those people who are joyful and outgoing and energetic and positive, that have a great sphere of influence, that are influential. I'm not saying that there can't be people out there in bad situations that can be phenomenal at this business, but go to those people on your chicken list. Talk to them, you guys. People are out there waiting. Sherry has had amazing results in the last month, the last several weeks, just talking to people and you guys, you've got to get used to and happy with getting out of that comfort zone, and just talking more, sharing more, and doing more if you want to have more in this business. And there are a couple things that are coming up, and actually one was launched today. If you guys didn't see this, we've got some new tools. The biggest one launched by Arbonne is the new Source. Did any of you guys see that today? Okay, that, I don't know about you, but to me, that is like a whole new beginning as far as how we can find things when we have questions. I'm so excited about that new Source. If you haven't seen it, you guys, go in. It is very user-friendly. So please check that out, because as leaders, again, you want to be able to help your team with the Source. And now I want Sherry. Sherry has done something really, really great for all of us in setting up another tool that we can all use for presentations. And Sherry, are you ready to talk about that?
I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So how many people on this call have ever seen a Facebook Live on Facebook? How many people have done a Facebook Live on Facebook? Okay, so Facebook Live obviously is a huge tool that we have at our disposal. And so what we decided to do is do a group page that whenever we do a Facebook Live, we can do it from this page and we can invite other people to watch. So for instance, I do a DA once a month. Kim does a DA every Thursday at lunchtime. what we can now do is we can go into this page, and it's called Going Live and Changing Lives. I'm going to show you what it looks like real quickly. This is the main Facebook page right here, just Going Live and Changing Lives. So if you want to get added to the group, just let us know. If you're going to be doing a Facebook Live, and I'm not talking just like, hey, I'm at the car wash now. I mean, this is obviously Arbonne specific. So if you're doing a healthy living event, if you're doing a Discover Arbonne, if you're doing any kind of demo or facial, or if you even just have 2 products that you want to highlight, if you're going to be working out and you've got your PhytoSport and you want to talk about that, you can do that there. And you can invite people to watch. Say, you know, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live Wednesday at 7. If I invite you to this page, will you watch it? You know, you do not want to just be adding people to it. You want to have the invitation. We want to use this as a way to schedule appointments because so many people are busy. We have teams all over the country. This is your way now to be able to invite people wherever they're at, or even if they're in your hometown but they're sick or they can't get out of the house, that they can watch and learn. But again, we want to set it up as an appointment. If I add you, will you watch it? And then when it's over, you schedule the time to follow up. So I'm really excited about doing this. I did a Facebook Live not too long ago, a healthy living one. I didn't know how to do it in a group or an event, so I just threw it out there on Facebook Live for everyone to see. And that's actually how one of my new consultants joined the business, because she watched that. So there is a huge, huge opportunity to do that. What we also thought we would do is take some Zoom. If we do webinars, we would put that on that page. And so I'd say talk to your upline about getting, or your VP about getting added to this page. We'll add you. And then as things happen, we'll post the dates and events, and we'll just go from there. So I hope you guys are excited about this, because I am really excited to see how we can share with more people this way.
Awesome. I love it. Sherry, thank you so much. You know, you guys, Sherry is like our technological wizard for our team in many cases. So huge shout out to you, Sherry. So you guys, last weekend was our Rockstar Retreat, and I am seeing many of your faces that were there with us. And I'll tell you, we had, to me, it was an amazing, amazing weekend together. I hope that it meant as much to you guys who were there and earned it and spent time with us as it did, you know, to all of us VPs. And unfortunately, there was one person who could not make it with us because she earned the fabulous training at the home office. This was not an easy incentive to earn, you guys, but area manager Lisa License earned that RVP to be training, and I asked her if she could get on and just share a little bit of her experience from that event. And I love you guys with your kids on your lap. This is just the best thing ever. So Lisa, if you're ready, I can't wait to hear what you want to share.
Thanks, Hope. And actually, your name is Help now, just so you know.
Okay.
Jude says, who is that? Is that Help? I like her. So you're Help now. Help, Hope. We need them both. So, okay, it was ridiculous. Let me just say that.
I just go downstairs.
Okay, you can go downstairs. I think the biggest thing was, it was what everybody hopes that their company actually is. You know, like it was like the curtain was kind of pulled back, and I know that the NVPs know this, and probably the RVPs know this, but it was sort of like, oh wow, like Arbonne really is what they say they are, you know? And so just to be really proud of what we do and who we represent, this company is through and through, just culture and integrity and just loves their consultants and loves us. So that was the huge that was the big overall take home. But in terms of just, these just average trainers we had, I've got a couple of nuggets. So Sheila Green and Debbie Neal are kind of what I'm going to be pulling from right now. And kind of piggybacking off of Hope's, the Super Bowl example is Sheila Green's belief is a necessity. You have to believe that you can do this. What you believe, it becomes your reality. And Sheila said that when you believe something, you've accepted it as true or real to your core. And so basically that can be anything. So like if you believe somebody's like, oh, you know what, but I don't think they can afford that startup order. Or I think the product's too expensive for them. Then that's your reality. And so we need to shift that. So, shifting to, I believe that this is affordable. I believe these are the best products ever. Like really making sure that you believe that, because then that is what other people are going to believe too. And so, and along with that, this was a huge, huge shift for me. And I feel like it might be something that a lot of you can relate to. It was about sort of that momentum and that activity that's necessary to grow to the next level, or to, get those promotions, or for bonusing. And that activity, okay, so it was this question we were asking, okay, what are the things that you're going to need to do in order to get to where you want to go? And I was sort of like, okay, like I'm just going to have to, dig in and pull up my bootstraps and get in there. And literally it was like, okay, so sitting at this round table and Debbie was sitting across and she's like, well, that doesn't sound like very much fun. Like that sounds terrible. Like, why would you? No, if you don't love it, it's not going to love you back. And looking at it as, that it's this energy that you create, you bring in a different vibe. And if everybody can think back to a time, or if you're currently in huge momentum, it's crazy, but it's so much fun and it's not work. And I think back to it, it made me think back to the time, absolutely crazy, every single night something scheduled, but it wasn't something I ever complained about. It was something that was just, it gave me energy versus took energy away. I think sitting around thinking about being in activity is way more draining than actually being in the activity. And what happens, a funny thing happens too, there's a switch that flips. And all of a sudden, you have this buzz around you that just draws more momentum and more activity, and it's super fun to be in. And so Debbie really talked about that, about being in love. When you're sponsoring and you're promoting, you will stay in love with what you do. And just continuing to do that. And along those lines, also, like you don't have to work at it. You don't have to work on like, okay, my mindset, or okay, let me remember why I love Arbonne. You just are constantly in that zone. And it's so much easier to stay in that than to drop back out of it and go back in it. And so if you're in a spot of not a ton of momentum, don't get overwhelmed by it. Just think about, okay, what can I do daily? Maybe it's, and this has been my personal experience. My team is ridiculous. They are so amazing and I love all of them. And they're the reason that I was at that fantastic training. And my personal activity is something that I, recently I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do to be an RVP by April 1st. And so starting those few things every single day, and literally you guys, like in the last, 2 weeks, it's like, I can't even keep up anymore. Like it's coming at me now versus me reaching out for it. And I think it's just what you put out there and what you create totally comes back at you. So I'm probably talking circular, whatever. I'm trying to distill best I can. So I will be done in a moment. But the other thing that she said that was really cool was that people are going to join you because of the leader you are today, and they'll stay with you because of the leader you become, and so just to be continually working on yourself. And I think we do a really great job of that. And then always building for the future, looking at sponsoring, like numbers. Yes, that's what we promote on. That's what matters. But if you're sponsoring and you're bringing new people into the business, the numbers take care of themselves. If you focus on that minimum of what Hope said, one new business builder, getting them solidly into qualification, and those new preferred clients, and taking care of your existing ones, the numbers will take care of themselves. And so you want to be building your organization for Nation. You want to be, as a district manager, you want to be building your organization for Nation. You want to be wide. You want to, who are my next 6 to 8? And I think, maybe as a region or a nation, you're thinking 6 to 8. Maybe that's overwhelming. Maybe you think, who are my next 2 to 4? Who are my next 2 to 4 people I'm bringing in? And always thinking about that and not looking back, always looking forward. Because that is what's be the, we set the bar. So by just continually moving forward, she said it keeps her leading instead of being led. I think we've always kind of felt that way. Sometimes if there's been somebody on your team, I've got a few of them right now who are like ridiculously awesome, and you can feel a little led, but you continually bringing on new people, then you're being the leader that your team is relying on you to be. So that's what I have to say. I don't know if that made sense or if that was, I don't know. Got lots more, but.
That was awesome. That was awesome. We missed you, but we were so happy you were in that wonderful place, hobnobbing with the home office and getting
so great.
And, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Hey, Sherry, did you want to talk about Champagne and Diamonds?
Hi there. Yeah, we have a flyer on the Changing Lives Nation's website. I don't know that I need to go into a ton of detail, but for those of you going to GTC, if this is your first or your 11th, like it's our 11th coming up, we have a very fun event, and we call it Champagne and Diamonds. And excuse me, you can earn it by promoting to the next level of management, or promoting somebody else to a level of management, or maintaining or getting your district bonus 2 out of the 3 months. And this started in December, we started January 1st. All the details, again, are on the page, but this is kind of been our signature event at GTC, and it is so much fun for all of the earners to come and hang out with the VPs and just get spoiled and have champagne and diamonds. So.
All right. Thank you, honey. Thank you. So on that note, you guys, of GTC, I'm about to close this out. Couple things. GTC, you guys, if you are not registered for GTC yet, you really, really have to get yourself registered. And it does not matter if a person is brand new. I'm telling you, it will be, you know this if you've been, it will be a business changer for sure. But for most of us, it's a life changer as well. And for anybody who is serious about this, help them get creative. If it's a financial thing, or, I know sometimes it's just absolutely not possible, but for most people it is. So please, you guys, make sure that we get our team there. I have got a very exciting announcement. We're doing something a little different this year, and we, as your leaders, are very, very excited about this. So you know how we always have our kickoff night at Diablo's, and that has, I think, been everybody's one of their favorite social things to do, because it's just a super casual way we can all get together and have fun and get to know each other and just love on each other. Well, we're still going to do that, but we have gotten we just kind of wanted to continue the rock star theme into this next, few months of the year. So we have gotten a 2-story skyline suite at the MGM. You guys, it will take your breath away. And we are going to have a kickoff party of our own, and I'm going to post something soon with a link, where it's going to be that same sort of thing that we've done in the past, where believe me, it's going to be, I think, again, I haven't worked out the math exactly, but probably $30. We're going to have dinner, we're going to have drinks, so it's the cheapest possible way you could eat and drink for a night in Vegas for sure. But the whole point is really just for all of us to be together. But we just wanted to spoil you and make you feel so important. And you guys are going to freak out when you see this suite. It is so amazing. And on just one last note, for those of you who were at the Rockstar Retreat, I am going to be posting a little message from Steve and Elizabeth Wampler. They are very grateful. They were so excited. We actually went over and we met Steve and Elizabeth. And Steve Wampler is pretty severely, he's got a disability. And he climbed El Capitan, which is the highest rock face in the entire world. And we showed a movie, and then we went over on Sunday and we met them. But I am going to be, along with our leaders, launching what I hope is going to be a really meaningful way that our team can give back. And I'll be sharing more information with you on that, but just look for that post from the Wamplers. Elizabeth called us the Fab 15. So I thought that was really worth sharing. But anyway, you guys, we have got the most incredible team in Arbonne. I so believe that. You guys, the month is young. Please look at your calendar, set your intention. We can do miraculous things by the end of February, you guys. And I want, every single person on this call could get to Champagne and Diamonds, and I want you all to be there. But you've got to be intentional. So you guys, I love seeing your faces out there, and I want you to make it a great, great month. And as always, reach up and out to us if you need anything at all. But rock the month of February, and let's.
Can I just add something?
Yeah,
just
sure.
Going back to the beginning, it's almost halftime for the month. And if you're not where you want to be, just think about where the Patriots were the first half and where they came back from. You can still kill it this month. So
absolutely, you guys. We want to win our Super Bowl. So have a great one, and thank you so much. Thanks, Lisa, for getting on. Sherry, thanks for sharing, and love you guys. Bye.